What would the GOP power struggle look like if Donald Trump dies? There wouldn't be one. J.D. Vance takes over and points at the celebrating at the left. The GOP machine would keep Trump's base worked up over the lack of humanity the liberals have. They hold memorials and tributes for a year straight into the midterms. They dial up the left will take your guns and destroy your way of life rhetoric, ensuring the midterms go their way. Then it's a 2-year cool down from Trump while trying to convince the base that J.D. Vance is the new Trump. News on Reddit has had no new posts in several hours. Nobody would believe it, even if true, so they'd probably end up worshipping the ghost of Trump. Peter Thiel has invested a lot of money to get Vance into the position he is now. People should start taking that shit seriously. He's not a run-of-the-mill political donor looking for favors. He's creating the apparatus to operate a surveillance state, with everybody's data and everybody's dirt. I would assume that Vance takes over as his glove puppet and there are some seriously dark moves afterwards. We are getting our hopes up. Evil has a way of hanging on. There is no one in the ranks of the grandstanding old pedophiles who could hold the cult together. Vance has all the charisma of swamp-ass, and people, even in deep red areas of the country, are pissed off at them. That's why they're skipping town halls, and the few that have tried have been practically run out of town. The corrupt imbeciles in the party were willing to ride or die with Trump. I find it highly unlikely they'll do the same with Vance. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump dies, Vance resigns, and they make Mike Johnson president. That sniveling little weasel has more pull than the Davenport diddler, and he's a religious zealot who thinks God talks to him. Just the kind of crazy the Heritage Foundation wants for implementing their version of theocratic fascism. J.D. Vance will be a weak leader, the GOP will break into factions and infighting. Watch this movie. The power struggle will look almost exactly like this. I think a lot of infighting happens. Trump is the glue that holds that bullshit together. You'd be surprised. I think a large percentage of MAGA wouldn't actually accept his death and believe he's doing a 4D chess move so he can return in the 2036 election due to some fake loophole they read on Facebook. It will be interesting to see how many of them disavow Trumpism. If Dems want to gain any control of this narrative, they should be fighting fire with fire. They should be shouting Vance is trying to kill Trump to take his spot from the rooftops. Then when he inevitably kicks the bucket they can continue to claim he had Trump killed to sow as much division among MAGA as possible to weaken his grip on power. Vance won't inherit his cult of personality. I know, let's fucking find out. Vance would take over and keep moving forward with Trump's agenda. They will tear each other into pieces. Jesus Christ, this will be fun.